Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's here. So my name is Abby. I own Sugar Plum & Co. I'm a wedding planner. And yeah, it's been a long time coming. I've been posting a lot of stuff on my stories and Instagram just about different wedding content. I think it's now time to switch it over to YouTube videos. This is my first video and I thought we would start it off with a Q&A. I went on my Instagram stories and asked everyone who had questions for me. I'm gonna go through the questions right now. Here we go.
Hello, I'm just back here. Not a question, but can't wait to start my mini business. You inspire me, so you're mainly just golfing.
I'm excited for you to start your business too.
Do you recommend a grand exit?
I guess it just depends. I know a big thing right now is sparkler exits because they're really pretty, they photograph really well, but a lot of venues here in California don't allow them anymore. I guess if you can't do sparklers, then no, don't do a grand exit. And a lot of the times with the coverage for like your photo and video team, sometimes a lot of times you don't even like get that covered with your photographer and videographer. So I don't think it's super necessary just because the other options, they just don't photograph as well.
Do you recommend a dollar dance? You hate it.
I hate it! Like, culturally, like I Filipino, like I get it. You know, like the aunties come with like the dollar crowns and it's like a part of the culture. So if that's the case for you, absolutely do it. Like I don't want to rob, you know, your family of a tradition. The only reason why I don't like them is just because it's a big time sucker. And so it just depends. Like, right, if your wedding, you have to be out of there by 10 o'clock, then no, I wouldn't do it. A dollar dance takes like 30 minutes. If you're there till midnight, then great, do everything you want.
First look?
Yes, please, yes. For a lot of reasons. Basically, how the day rolls is, okay, you get your makeup done, you get dressed, you do a first look, and then you take all your bridal party photos, and then you can take some romantics. So leaving after ceremony, all the pictures that you have to do are extended family photos and then probably like sunset photos. So it just saves you a lot of time. If you don't do a first look, you have to do all of your photos basically after ceremony during cocktail hour, which is typically only an hour, and it's not enough time. Especially if you have a big bridal party, especially if you have a big family. I would highly suggest doing a first look just for logistic wise, just so you don't feel rushed. Wedding day already just goes by so fast. And to have a moment with your partner before the ceremony is something that I would highly suggest. I think I know one of the reasons people are against it is because a lot of girls, or sometimes guys, say like, oh, I want to save that reaction like when they walk down the aisle, and I promise you, like they'll still cry. Like I promise you, you will still get the goosies. Everything on your wedding day, your emotions are super heightened, so don't feel like, oh, because he saw you earlier that he's not going to be as emotional when he sees you down the aisle. That's a completely different moment.
Should a bride spend more on her shoes or on photo/video?
Girl, photo, for sure. I always tell clients, no matter what their budget is to not skimp on photos. That's the one tangible thing that you have after your wedding. You could spend more on a florist and spend like $8,000 total on these beautiful arrangements, but if you have a crappy photographer, they're gonna make it look bad. On the flip side, you could have really simple arrangements and have a bomb photographer and make it look like $1 million. So I would highly suggest to not skimp on a photographer. That's something that you should invest in. If you have the means to get a videographer, that would also be something that I would suggest as well, just because there's something about video that photos don't capture. And then in terms of shoes, I mean, I'll be honest, you take it off like after ceremony, so I wouldn't spend too much money on it. Definitely photo video over shoes.
Why did you move your business from Redlands to Orange County?
I basically moved the business from Redlands to Orange County just because for growth purposes. There's only an X amount of venues here out in the Inland Empire, and they're great, but there's a lot more in Orange County. There's a lot more venues, there's a lot more clientele, and for what I want for the company, the scale that I want to grow it to, it just wouldn't be supported here.
Starting out on your own, how did you get clients and how did you promote yourself?
So when I first started, like I said, I had a background in events already. It wasn't particularly in weddings. One of my friends just knew that I was getting into weddings, and they knew I had event background, so they referred me out. So that's how I got my first client. And then after that, I pretty much was taking any weddings I could get at the start, but it was really just to build my portfolio and to build the clientele. Because with every wedding that I would do, I would get at least one referral. After that, in terms of promoting wise, it was Thumbtack. That was a really big thing for me, and Yelp. Honestly, back in the day, I went to different venues as well and just kind of dropped off business cards.
This girl just asked, are there any wedding nightmares that you can share with us?
Oh, there's always nightmares. In terms of like bridezilla, like human nightmares, or like situation ones?
I mean, I guess both.
In terms of like bridezillas, I don't think we really had any. You know, we're pretty good at what we do. I feel like, and we can kind of like anticipate certain things. And I think also too, like if we know and can sense that a bride is unhappy with something, we'll just ask like, hey, are you not happy with this? Like if so, tell us now, how can we fix this?
How do I get clients? I'm just starting and couples want more experienced coordinators.
Okay, so my first thing is if you don't have experience, you need to go get some. So either get an internship, go do workshops, but even if you do go do workshops, you need to get experience. Not necessarily even with a wedding planner, like a caterer.
Very last question. Somebody wants to know, where does the wedding planner want to get married?
Italy. Faux show. If Italy doesn't work out, I'll get married in Tampa. So that is the end of our first Q&A. It was so much fun. Thank you for everyone who submitted questions. Excited just to put more content out there to get to know everyone else. And yeah. Follow me on Instagram. It's at HiAbbyLee. And like and subscribe. I'm one of those people now.